the very first thing I want you to kind of do is you're looking through your needs and wants. And by the way, both categories are important. Okay, needs are foundational, and we've talked about that. We've worked through what that is in the course so far. But at the same time, wants are just as important. Wants are an important, very valuable part of expressing yourself. So really attuning yourself to who you are in this moment. Those big questions we ask: who am I? What am I? Where am I going? What do I want to be moving forward towards? That is a big part of what is going to be kind of coming to the surface in the wants category. So don't feel guilty. I know I have noticed a lot of students, a lot of clients that I've worked through, and even my own self, I've noticed a lot of guilt kind of percolates to the surface going into the wants and the needs. Try not to allow the mind to be too much into this process. The mind is going to just want to hackle stories to it, and that's okay. That's what it does. But at the same time, if you can, and I highly encourage you to do so, even taking 5-10 minutes of just kind of meditative state in the morning. And again, some of our micro habits will be guiding us through this day after day after day. We'll just be making these little tiny 5-10 minute habits. But if you want to try it on your own, you can also just cultivate a little bit of time, do a quick meditation, and then allow yourself to go into the creative process of doing the needs, doing the wants. That meditative process, again, just allows that ego mind to take a little bit of the back seat, still there, still a part of everything. He's not getting, sorry, mine is a he, but he is not getting excluded. It's just a foundational part of being able to not have the stories, the pieces, our past overwhelm us from taking forward steps into our future self, into our future goals. So urgency, very first piece, urgency, and then the importance of, well, how much does this matter? And like, is it a priority to me? Is it a priority to someone else? By the way, because a lot of the stuff that we're doing at the very beginning here, we are kind of grouping things and a little bit of segregation, because there are some individuals that are so interconnected with everybody around them that they have a really hard time. It's almost excruciating time being able to, I want to say, kind of separate themselves into their own needs and wants. A huge piece that can, again, it's just a part. It's something to be mindful of if you're noticing this within yourself, is if you have a really hard time diving into the needs and wants because you're always bringing other people's needs and wants in front of your own, that is definitely something you want to be mindful of. Do not make it wrong. Do not put any heavy on yourself. That is going to be a really valuable part of your focus funnel. So when you're going in and when you're beginning to kind of dive into these areas, it's going to be something that you're probably going to want to look at. So make a little note of it if that's something that's coming forward. This is all about you, your needs, your wants. Okay, try to just try to distance other people's, and again, that's something that happens further down the road. Once we've created our own solid foundation, then we have this beautiful ability to bring in others and being able to see their needs and their wants with a completely different lens, with a completely different scope of understanding. Okay, so this part is important. As we go into, so there's urgency, there's importance, and then there's the matter of significance. Like, how long is what I do right now, how long is it going to matter? So significance is a really important part to play when it comes to anyone's feeling like they need to change something, or they need to shift, or they need to come out of a state of mind. They need that need. So what action step, even if it's a micro action, what action step will allow me to make that ever so subtle forward movement? And an important piece to not prevent, procrastination is going to come in, but an important piece to be aware of is when you start to bring into, again, we're going through the needs and wants, when you begin to bring significance into those needs and wants, meaning, like, if I was to do this, how long would it affect me positively, or how long would it affect me not so positively if I don't do it, or if, what the case may be. So kind of a little bit of a pros cons list, which allows you to really get crystal clear and really begin to understand long term